pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we could please remain standing for a moment of silence for James Battella, former CPS teacher. Thank you. School committee meeting to Monday, November 17th, 2025. Have a motion to approve the bills, please.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion or questions? Hearing none. All in favor? Great, thank you. Can I get a motion for the review of approval of the minutes from October 27th, 2025 school committee meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Good. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Hand it off to Dr. Meyer for celebrations.
All right, so we are doing our celebrations with our student and staff members of the month this meeting, and to start us off, I'd like to call up Principal Cermak to recognize our high school staff member of the month.
Good evening. Tonight, our staff member of the month is Mrs. Dakota Smith Porter. This is written by a staff member. I recommend Ms. Smith Porter as staff member of the month for dedication to the life skills program at CHS. Ms. Smith Porter has strengthened and expanded the program, creating meaningful community-based learning opportunities that provide our students with real-world experiences and skills that will carry forward into their lives. Her vision and commitment have elevated the program, ensuring that every student has access to authentic, practical learning experiences beyond the classroom walls. Ms. Smith Porter consistently goes above and beyond to meet the individual needs of each student in her care, taking the initiative to learn new skills and adapt her approach to ensure her students feel supported, valued, and included. Her willingness to step outside her comfort zone and invest personal time to better serve her students exemplifies the kind of educator who truly changes lives, making her an outstanding choice for this recognition. Thank you very much, Ms. Next, we have our student of the month, Ryan Cisneros. Ryan? Right here. And Ryan was nominated by a staff member. Ryan is a valued member of our classroom community. He consistently contributes thoughtful insights to discussions, approaches every task with 100% effort, and brings a friendly, positive energy that uplifts those around him. His dedication and kindness make him both a role model and a joy to have in class. This is why I would like to recommend him for the Student of the Month, Ryan Cisneros.
Congratulations, Ryan.
And now to continue, we'll call up Principal Steffi for our middle school staff and students.
Thank you, Dr. Meyer. I think I say this monthly, but I'll say it again. This is one of my favorite parts of this job. I'm really, really excited to celebrate Caleb Duguay this evening. Get the right certificate. Caleb, come on up here. Caleb's teachers, including Miss Cowett, who's over there, say the following about this amazing sixth grader at Clinton Middle School. Caleb's teachers appreciate his strong work ethic and positive attitude. He comes to school each day prepared to learn. He always participates and puts forth his full effort in everything he does. Caleb stays focused in class and readily offers help to his classmates each and every day. Most importantly, he treats everyone with kindness and respect. This year, Caleb is also part of the school's production of Frozen, which is this Friday and Saturday, and you should all get tickets. Taking on an important role backstage with the crew. His responsibility and reliability make him a valuable member of the team. Congratulations, Caleb.
Put it up, get a picture there. All right, come on over here. Shake, yep, shake and take. There you go. Shake your hand as well. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mel.
We won't mind.
Oh, we got more.
Two more.
Great job. Well on it.
Good job.
All right, raise your hand if you know Janet Carey. Right? Oh my goodness. Come on up here, Carey. Good to see you. I'm really excited to celebrate Janet this evening. She is here fresh from teaching adult volleyball. This has been a long day for you, Ms. Carey, so thank you for being here with us to celebrate you. Janet is an outstanding team player at Clinton Middle School. This year, she returned to the 5th grade team with an unwavering team-first attitude. In addition to her important work teaching math and science, she serves, like I ran out of room making this list, so I picked the top parts of the list. In addition to her important work teaching math and science, she serves as the captain of our building-based PBIS team, ensuring, among other things, students get those gotcha gales. Ms. Carey goes above and beyond by organizing our monthly staff potluck breakfast, which she says runs itself, but that's just being humble. Yep. She's an important member of the 5th grade team, and most recently, coordinated the highly successful PBIS Harvest Social this past Friday, complete with a live DJ, snacks, a boring, not dancing principal, a photo booth, and plenty of dancing students. She is truly a cornerstone of the CMS community. Congratulations.
You can bring some Java time creamer or something.
Thank you, Jen, for everything you do.
Avery said she was coming. I don't know what happened.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, and for the elementary school, we have Principal Frisch.
All right, I want to take a moment to recognize someone who truly makes a difference on our team. Our first grade team leader, Mrs. Medeiros. Erin was nominated by members of her team, and here are some of the things they wrote. Erin is an incredible team lead who goes above and beyond every single day to make sure everyone on our team is comfortable, supported, and well-informed. Her door is always open. Leading a team of 12 is no small task, but Erin manages it with grace, consistency, and a positive attitude. She keeps everyone on the same page, encourages each person to do their best, and always remains focused on finding solutions rather than dwelling on challenges. And in first grade, there might be challenges. She offers advice, but also welcomes ideas of all and finds ways to make sure everyone's contributions are valued. As the principal of the school, I thought this nomination was so fitting because I deeply value Erin's collaboration and input on a wide variety of topics. She approaches every situation with sound judgment, assumes positive intent, and models what it means to be a true team player. This example of collaborative relationships speaks to the successes at CES. Erin is not only a leader, but also an advocate, someone who stands up for her team and ensures their voices are heard. Her dedication, professionalism, and care don't go unnoticed, and we are so appreciative of everything she does for our school community. So thank you, Erin, for your leadership, your insight, your inspiration that you bring to all of us every day.
Open it, get your picture.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
All right. This evening, I also want to recognize a very special first grader who was nominated by her teacher, Mrs. Medeiros. So Layla, can you come on up? Mrs. Medeiros describes Layla as a true role model for her class and the entire first grade. Her behavior influences others around her, and she is a role model for all. She leads by example every single day. She is responsible, dependable, and always ready to help others. Whether it's lending a hand to a classmate, showing kindness to a friend, or staying focused on her own work, she does it all with a positive attitude and a big heart. Each day, she demonstrates the core values of CES. Layla, you demonstrate that you can exemplify leadership at any age. Your kindness and dedication make our school a better place. We are so proud of you. Keep inspiring everyone around you. Congratulations.
All right. Put that in that hand. We'll close this up, hold that there, shake this one, give you that one. All right, congratulations.
Good job. Congratulations. Nice job.
All right, that concludes our celebrations. We want to have a round of applause for everyone who was recognized.
So this is normally your 35-second window where if you don't want to stay for the rest of this meeting, and I don't even have to finish the statement. Thanks for coming, guys. Feel free to take pictures in the hallway and whatever else you want to do out there.
The formal reason is we're allowing you to go get pictures. We're at the regulars.
I guess so.
All right. Do you have any public comment this evening? No, that's not you. You're on the agenda, pal.
Okay.
Hey, you come on up. You're next. You're next. We'll close public comment and let you go. Student
Going
representative.
out of turn.
You're good. You're good.
Good evening, everybody. Updating from last time, we ran a successful blood drive, and we are now underway with our Thanksgiving fundraisers. So we're getting ready for some friendly competition. We have Spirit Week coming up on Thursday, which we're all excited about. This year, each grade is doing a penny drive. So all proceeds are going to go to Wheat along with our normal food drive that we do. And then as for our winter programs, after Thanksgiving, we're going to be switching gears and promoting our giving tree, which turned out great last year. And we're going to finalize the dates and specifics in the coming weeks. So I'll let you know there.
Great.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you
Thomas.
very much. Thank you.
Have a great night.
And if you need to go check on how the pictures are going, we won't take offense. Yeah.
Anything from the CTA?
I'm here, but nothing is.
Thank you. PTA?
on up. You know you got something to say.
Come on, you must have something.
Something to hear. Feel bad. That's a quick update. It looks very much like the last one. If you came out and enjoyed the fountain at the beginning of the month, thank you very much. If you didn't,
We did.
make
Looks
sure
good.
you do. My 7-year-old ate a stacker, which only comes in one size, and I was pretty impressed. So our next fundraiser is coming up on December 7th, which is our Polar Express experience in Leominster. There are staggered ticket prices available for that. We are looking for some volunteers to be festive elves and maybe a really tall conductor. Just saying. I mean, it's a position. It's open. And you can be short, too, if you want. It's fine.
What's that supposed to mean?
Equal opportunity.
Really? Let's move on.
We're still in the planning for Clinton Middle School for their Scholastic Book Fair the first week of December. At the November meeting, a motion was made to amend the PTA bylaws to allow more flexibility with the board positions. The conversation and research is ongoing. Deep breaths. Next meeting is Thursday, December 11th, which is not the first Thursday of the month due to conferences. It will be at the administration building. The snowball dance for pre-K through 4th grade will be taking place at January 30th. And you can mark your calendars now for family bingo in March on the 13th. And that's it.
All right.
Awesome.
Comes with a costing-ish.
What is the, what happens at the movie event on the 10th?
So they're gonna do Coco, there's gonna be nothing but cakes, they get little goodie bags for their ticket experience, and they watch the Polar Express all together and hopefully in your like comfy pajamas or holiday attire. Should be
So
fun.
it's also the same day as the Rotary Pancake Breakfast. So.
Turns out it is.
But,
So
I
Google
mean,
is
that
not our
starts,
friend that
but that
day.
starts earlier, so they can just come eat pancakes, then head to the movie
know.
theater, and by then you're ready for
Cupcakes.
cupcakes,
Sounds like
yeah.
a great day.
So nothing but cakes, right? Yeah.
And it's my birthday,
Let's see.
so I'll probably have to make that whole run.
Have you
Oh.
have you ever been a conductor on your birthday?
I might have been. I might have been at the Pops concert, but I forget what day that was.
Sounds like you have some
area.
experience. Different kind of
I'm
conductor.
just saying, there's a couple things. If you have the holiday spirit and you want to come hang out with us and hand out goodie bags and do things, we'd love to have you. The kids would love it. All right, that's it. Is that all? Is that? Did I hit 5 minutes yet?
No, but you did great.
Not even.
You're dismissed.
Okay. I can go take pictures.
Whatever you need to do. Whatever you need to do. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anything from CPAC or LPAC? Okay. Dr. Meyer, the floor is yours.
All right, so some staffing updates. We hired Daniel McDonald as an EL teacher at the middle school and Elizabeth Torini as a special ed teacher at the middle school. Those were both replacing resignations that we had earlier this year. Carrie Gemma, Natalie Jean-Baptiste, and Sherry Hickey are all IAs. Those were either resignations or leaves that we're filling. One, the middle school one was actually kind of a vacant position that we needed to fill with due to the enrollment in that program. And we had one retirement, actually Carrie's a replacement for the retirement for Donna McGowan, CESIA. So most of that, it looks like a lot of hires, but most of them were not really like new positions. The MASS, MASC takeaways. So I just kind of put that as a blanket sort of agenda item. I know, I think a lot of us up here were able to attend that conference, at least part of it. And, you know, there was over, I was just looking at it right before the meeting, there was over 1,000 people between school committee members and superintendents there from across the state. I know I was able to attend some sessions I thought were timely, including things like health insurance negotiations, artificial intelligence, both from kind of like the future of technology, but also from like mental health of students and digital literacy and that type of stuff. Some legal updates and policy updates and those types of things we normally have, as well as some of the general sessions. I don't know if anyone else has anything they want to share about the conference.
Would this be the appropriate time to talk about the
Sure.
stabilization?
Absolutely.
One of the workshops I attended, they were talking about having a stabilization fund specific to high-impact special needs issues that can confront any district. And I thought it was a pretty sound thing to establish. It has to be done in collaboration with the Board of Selectmen. And I'd like to propose that the committee consider establishing that account and going to the Finance Committee, or the Finance Committee too, I guess, and the Board of Selectmen to see if we can collaborate on creating that fund. There's no mandatory contribution. The idea is to get money into that account when it's available and then use it when there's a crisis impact on the district.
Yeah.
So, and I did talk to Annette Cologne, our business manager, about that today, actually, and we, because I know we had mentioned it down at the conference, so she's excited. She's been wanting to start one for a while now, and she also had some ideas that, between her and Diane, about some of the maybe late reimbursements we get sometimes from the state, about maybe that might be a good place to put some of those that come in, because sometimes I think the state issues their reimbursements, and then when they get all the final claims, I think sometimes if they're able to like do, you know, a little bit better once they get the final claims in, then you get some of these late reimbursements, so that might be something to do. But the, so I think we'll probably look into that process and see. I don't know if does the account, I think it has to be established at town meeting at first. So we would do our homework now to try to maybe see if we could get it as an article, to get it established at this town meeting, and then we could go from there. And then I think to use it, you don't need to go to town meeting, but you need approval of the school committee, and you need approval of the select board to tap into that stabilization fund, yeah.
So is it something you can put in, you're planning on doing for next year's budget?
Yeah, and it's not really like a budget, it's basically like a savings account, kind of, but it's for those those like, when you get hit with like a huge, you know, you have a student move in from out of state, and all of a sudden you have a, you know, residential placement. Kid doesn't even come to school here, but the parents moved to town. Now we're on the hook for that residential placement. It wasn't budgeted. Instead of us having to come up with something else, it's a revenue source that you can say, okay, we got to tap into this stabilization fund moving forward. So.
And to Bill's point, it's more about like certainly strategically you could build it into the budget cycle, but it's more about like if there's extra money to be had or identified.
If there's free
rather
cash,
than to go out
yeah.
and maybe spend it on something that we would want versus what we would need, is to have some fiscal discipline and put it there instead.
So you put it on next year, the town meeting coming up, so you.
I think so, it'd be a warrant article to establish it,
right,
yeah.
okay.
And then I think as funding it, you know, we have to, I mean, they could put an initial deposit in there if they had certified free cash that the finance committee wanted to do. Or we could just, at a bare minimum, just establish it so it's there, yeah.
Sounds good.
I'd recommend that we first
Run it by them.
define what the maximum amount that we would like to see it get to at a certain period of time, but between now and the beginning of the budget season, get in front of the Finance Committee and the Board of Selectmen and make them aware that maybe we could use
Some
a
seed
deposit
money almost, yeah, sure.
the first year.
Yeah.
And take it from there.
Okay. All right, so we'll start doing a little homework on getting some sample warrant language and that kind of stuff and get a little more information on it. We'll add it as like a agenda item. We should have this as a dedicated agenda item for probably the December meeting.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any other takeaways or anything? Anyone have anything to add? Did they at least enjoy the conference?
I thought it was good. I think every day of every block where there was meetings, one of those meetings was centered around AI. So it's just going to be interesting to see where this whole AI journey takes us, because it's really not AI as a replacement as much as it's AI as an aid, like as a tool. And how are we going to use AI, whether it's for managing, like for alerts for buildings, or whether it's, you know, building out your own sort of AI bot to support you in regard to like running something against ideas you might have. So it was interesting, you know, because AI is only as good as you train it, right? It's not a replacement for much of anything, but it was definitely top of mind, similar to like, you know, 5 years ago, it seemed like every session had a session on COVID. Now that like we're so far away from that, like it seemed like every block had a session on AI, regardless of what they were applying AI towards.
Yep.
So I think it'll be a very interesting nugget to keep an eye on just as we proceed, because it's everywhere.
Okay. All right, community engagement is the strategic plan. Part of the strategic plan we want to talk about today. And one of them was, one of the key things on there is creating two-way communication process with parents and guardians, trying to continue our community partnerships, and one of the big things in there that I put is there's some information in here on Parent Square. So you can see it talks about modernizing family engagement at your school. So Parent Square is a communication platform that we're looking at trying to transition to. What we're hoping it'll do is replace a handful of things. Like one, it would replace the Infinite Campus Messenger module. What it would do is it's a little more user-friendly, so you can do some different things with its communication module than you can with Infinite Campus. We would still sync and get its information from Infinite Campus. But it also has a little more flexibility. Right now, our Infinite Campus Communication Messenger is limited to our Infinite Campus contacts. It's very hard to add like someone who's outside of our system to get any of those messages without kind of creating like a fake account for them. One thing we'll be able to do in Parent Square is sort of add those custom lists and add those custom fields. And the other part is really we're hoping long-term to have Parent Square, long-term meaning by probably hopefully next year, have Parent Square manage our website. So what it'll allow us to do is it'll synchronize our communication so that you're not repeating things on different platforms. So when you put something in, if I send something out as an email, it'll automatically populate right to the website if I select populate to my website. Or I could send it to the news feed, or I could send it to wherever. Another key component of this, and one of the things that they really talked about was, when they talk about their story of their company, it was really founded by people whose, at least growing up, their family's primary language wasn't English. And that was really one of their goals, was to help overcome those types of communication barriers. So if people download the Parent Square app, if parents download that, they can set their custom language, and anything that they get will be automatically translated into their language. So if we send something out in a lot of times right now we make a lot, I know I make an effort to try to translate everything I send out into Spanish and into Portuguese, but there's other languages as well, right? And I just don't have necessarily the time to do every single language. Well, this way, every single language could automatically be done based on the end user settings of what they prefer. If they don't want to get an account, they don't want to install that app, they can still receive things through the regular text message or email. But if they set up the app, they'll have all of it right there in that one feed. It's almost like a little mini social media site just for our communication. So it looks really, really good. Chris Dehan and I have talked about it. We've talked about it at the admin meeting. We've talked about a couple marketing meetings. So our plan is to kind of move forward with this at this point. We're gonna probably engage in a contract with them for next year, starting at the January 1st. It'll be they're gonna basically comp our communication services for the last 6 months of the fiscal year. We'll pay a little bit of money to help with the onboarding process, and then the goal will be for these to replace the services that we're already paying for with the Infinite Campus Messenger and the web hosting for the next fiscal year. One of the other thing that this will allow us to do is one of the tools we were trying to use for communication in the past, particularly for emergency communication, was Remind. And that's how kind of this journey started, because Remind was bought by them, right? So we'll be able to try to use this for having another avenue for crisis communication. And that's one of the things we'll probably start with right away on the January 1st, as we start kind of rolling this out with our staff first, as far as how we could do it internally with our staff for that type of stuff, and then we'll kind of roll out from there as the year goes on. So, any questions or concerns with that plan? All right. One other note I had on here under community engagement was a throwback Thanksgiving football game for 2026. So this would be for not this year's Thanksgiving, but the next year. I know that there's been some talk in the community, some talk with the athletic director about looking at the possibility of playing a Thanksgiving Day game at Fuller Field when we have a home game. I said not in like 2 weeks, but in a year and 2 weeks. Right, this is still 2 weeks, still Thanksgiving. It's sneaking up. But there's obviously some logistics with that would need to be worked out. Parking and seating not being, probably being the two right off the top of our head. Not that either one of those can't be worked out if it's something that we wanted to seriously pursue. I think Mr. Bailey had some thoughts on this as well.
Yeah, I'd like to ask the committee if it's okay, get your approval to kind of be the school committee's rep, to meet with Steve and the athletic director and Bri Farragut and anybody else, and kind of putting this together. Obviously, I'll email you and keep you informed on everything, but I've had initial discussions with Steve and with Bri about seating, and I haven't talked to the AD much on yet, but I've had people in the community volunteer for certain things, and I think it's a good idea, but you're right, it seems like it's a year away, and the next thing you know, 6 months will be gone.
Right, this is the time to do it,
Yeah,
because
so-
it's just, if we don't start planning it now, then by the time it comes up again, we're gonna be like, oh, it's too late, we've already got dot.
So if you guys don't mind, if you do, then
You have my vote.
thanks.
Yeah, I
Suggest
don't
you-
see a problem with that.
You get in touch with Parks and Rec
Yeah.
early in the process.
Yeah,
to see
right, what their
issues-
thoughts are, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I think it's something we've done in other sports, like the baseball team
Yeah.
plays down there like once a year, and people enjoy it. Like, I mean, it used to be where everybody was. Tradition's a big thing in this town, and I think it'd be awesome to see us explore the opportunity if we can do it. And if, we can
And
figure
I
out the
t-
logistics, then
Yeah.
nothing's changed in that piece of property that from when we were there, other than the seating, which obviously is a big thing.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, there used to be a lot of seating.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
we'd have to figure that out.
We'd have to do things like rope off the field, make
Yeah.
sure people are prepared to kind of like bring their own chairs and sit around it. We would have to, one of the things we've talked about was we wouldn't expect the team to just kind of show up there, right? The
Sure.
team would go to the locker room like they normally do for a game, and then we would bus them down. So if we're going to get a bus to bus them down, we could use that bus to run a shuttle to the parking lot up here if we needed to. If that was a block, a roadblock we had to come up with was parking, something like that. Even if it was just for staff, that wanted to park up here just to not have to deal with it and then get a ride up afterwards,
So
so.
if you're going to do a real throwback game, the tradition was.
Walk from the high
walk
school.
From the high school to Fuller Field. All the spectators. Big
Yeah,
parade
that's when the high
every
school
Friday
was a
night.
mile away from
Right.
Fuller Field, though.
Now it'd be the 5K, we'll run around town from here, the turkey trot from here down to Fuller,
Just saying, that's the way
Yeah.
it was.
so.
Well, thanks, I'll get with Steve.
All right, so you're good with that? We're good with that, okay.
Yep.
All right. A couple things I had up here, just as some upcoming DESE opportunities, just to let you know. We were selected, we applied to and were selected to attend the Massachusetts Dyslexia Institute. So we will have a team from our elementary school and our special education central office that will be attending. It's an ongoing professional development. There's a little bit of a description in your packet here. Just a quick overview, but it's a 45-hour course, and they'll be attending that. So it's focusing on grades K to 3 to create sort of a dyslexia action plan to kind of help with early childhood literacy, which is one of the focuses of the state. We're also have been invited to the Celebrating Academic Success Conference on December 2nd and 3rd. This conference, we were invited because we reached the pre-pandemic levels in grades 3 through 8 MCAS math. So this was one of those ones, so kind of a follow-up to that event we were talked about last time. So December 2nd, I'll be attending as part of the district team with some of our other district members. And then on Wednesday is more of a school-based team. And I think I just heard from Ms. Frisch tonight that they were accepted to present actually at that conference on instructional learning walks. So they'll be actually one of the featured presenters at that conference on the instructional practices that are effective. So, so those are a couple opportunities that came up recently that we'll be part of. The CMS building project is getting really real. There is steel now, so If you go look at it, it looks like a building, going vertical. So it's kind of neat. We get to miss a little bit of it because we were we missed the beginning of it down in the Cape, but it was kind of cool when you came back. One of the things on my to-do list was to drive by and see how far they got and check that out. So just that's exciting. I know they started in that back corner, the same corner which was the 7th and 8th grade wing, same place they started with the foundations, and they'll work their way up through the cafeteria and music room and work right around. When they get to that kind of front corner, similar to where we had the groundbreaking, that's where we plan on having the topping off ceremony, which will be right now it's scheduled for December 19th. It's listed as 10 to 11, but we put 10:30 start. So what does that mean? 10 to 10:30 is actually a time for people to arrive, sign the beam, take pictures with the beam if they want to do that. 10:30, our formal program will start in the gymnasium, because it'll be December, right? So beam will be outside because it's big. Program will be in the gymnasium. It'll be very similar to kind of the groundbreaking, where we'll just have some politicians and distinguished guests give some brief remarks, and then kind of while we're giving those remarks, they'll be hooking up the beam and kind of getting it ready on the crane, and then we'll come out probably around 11, and they'll put the beam in place. And it's just sort of a tradition. The beam will probably have a flag and a tree on it. Those are the traditional good luck things that the steelworkers do. So we'll be able to see all of that. So that is formal invitations. We sent a couple save the dates to some politicians and stuff, but the formal invitations should be going out probably by Wednesday. We'll get those out about a month. It's 1 month before. So we were working on a draft today. We just got to get that all squared away, and then we'll start getting those out. But it's exciting, and then it'll seem like it'll slow down for a while. They'll get the outside closed in, and then it'll be like, what are they doing in there? And then the temporary baseball field, if you've driven by and looked over, they cut in the infield for that and put the mound in for the temporary field. They still have a little bit of work to do, but they're done for the fall. They're going to finish the final setup for the spring so that they can get on the field in the spring. And I think it looks good. I think it looks like it belongs there, I feel like.
Sure does.
But we'll see how it works out, and we'll see if that's a place we want to keep it permanently or not. So we'll work out those logistics with the kind of trial run this year. I think the last bullet I had here was health insurance. I know there was a lot of concern in town about health insurance. And I know it was on the news and stuff that people had received the letters from, Blue Cross Blue Shield, that they were being reassigned new PCPs because they were unable to reach an agreement with UMass Memorial. While we were actually down at the Cape, probably the day after I went to the big health insurance session, there was an agreement. Yeah, we were there. So there was an agreement that was made between Blue Cross Blue Shield and UMass Memorial. So at least it doesn't mean everyone's health insurance issues are totally solved, but it means that the pressure of sort of that impending change as January 1st has been relieved, and we'll kind of see where things go from there. We're hoping at least that Blue Cross Blue Shield will be a reasonable increase for next year. That's what our preliminary indication is. Reasonable meaning, we still would have thought it was unheard of 10 years ago, but in this climate, hopefully reasonable. So we'll see how that goes. I think that's all I have directly.
Thanks, Dr. Meyer. Do we have any specific readouts from any of the subcommittees? The marketing subcommittee met today. I know we have a safety committee on the books for later this week.
Time is that one? Steve, what time is the safety? Is that
Safety
12?
committee, yeah, we're meeting with Safety Committee Subcommittee and D-Bus, we're meeting together, I think we said noon,
It was at 12, okay. I wrote down 12, so that's
on Wednesday in my office.
And we have next meetings
Yeah,
scheduled
yeah.
for curriculum and policies for the 10th.
Yep.
So it looks like we're in pretty good shape overall. Was there anything specific anybody wanted to bring up?
Just, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask that the Finance Subcommittee be appointed to manage the stabilization fund presentation to the Select Board and Finance Committee.
If you want to give that to me in the form of a motion,
That's a motion.
awesome. Can I have a second?
Oh, that's not me. I second that.
You'll second it? Okay. Any questions, concerns?
Good
All in
luck.
favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you, Bill.
So the Budget and Finance Subcommittee will be in charge of the stabilization. Yep.
We'll support the superintendent and
Whoa, that didn't seem like the motion, no. Okay. And even wellness, I think we have our next meeting. I didn't put it on there because it's not till January, but I think we have one set up there too.
Great. And obviously, nothing under negotiations because those are buttoned up.
Yep.
Anything under old business? New business?
I'm just going to read this off if you don't mind. I was given this to share with the board and with everyone else. Good evening. The Clinton High School varsity football program would like to thank the following individuals for assisting with the first annual, there's no such thing, with the Salute to Service game. Lisa McPhee and Rebecca Cronin of the American Legion, the Clinton Gales Booster Club, Athletic Director Jed Govan, Mass State Police, Maynard High School Football, John Seidel, the Clinton VFW for hosting the after party, Master Sergeant Chris Neves, class of 2006, along with his recruiting team of Gunnery Sergeant Brendan Hendrickson, Staff Sergeant Isaiah Thomas. Lastly, but not certainly least, to thank all the veterans who showed up. They had over 15 veterans who showed up to be honored and look forward to running it for years to come. Respectfully, Harold Ogilvy, assistant football coach, organizer of the event. Just wanted to share that.
It was a great game. There was a lot going on. They had a group that had like the pull-up bars the kids were on. There was a flyover of a state helicopter. It was a really good event, and it was well attended too. So kudos to everybody that was involved with putting that thing together. It was a lot of fun. We had good weather too.
I ran without my glasses,
You
too.
did a good job, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
Well done.
I have one new business item too, if we can look at it. It's this,
Brenda used up the quota. I'm sorry.
you should have had it as an insert in your packet. This just was, we're trying to run some sort of enrichment activities during the school year. What we'd like to do is, previously we had two separate accounts. We had one called Summer Enrichment and we had one called School Year Camps. And just for auditing purposes and just to kind of make everything work a little easier, we would like to combine those two accounts into one account just called Student Enrichment. So we could use the same one for the summer or for the school year. But we would need you guys to vote to approve that change to our accounts. So just looking for that vote if you're comfortable with it.
so move.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Meyer.
Annette thanks you.
With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, thank you.